Thousands of years ago, long before giant stadiums, television broadcasts, and the FIFA World Cup, people were already kicking balls for fun. In ancient China, soldiers played a game called Kuju. In parts of Greece and Rome, different ball games were used for training and entertainment. Across the world, people seemed naturally drawn to one simple idea: moving a ball with their feet and competing against others. But football as we know it today did not begin in those ancient civilizations. It began on the streets, fields, and school grounds of 19th century England. Back then, there were no universal rules. Every town seemed to play a different version of the game. Some allowed players to carry the ball with their hands. Others did not. Matches could become chaotic, with dozens of players chasing a ball through muddy streets. As football became more popular, schools and clubs realized something important. If everyone followed different rules, teams could not compete fairly. In 1863, representatives from several clubs gathered in London and created a common set of rules. This moment would change sports history forever. The organization they formed became known as the Football Association, and the modern game of football was officially born. The timing could not have been better. The world was changing rapidly during the Industrial Revolution. Cities were growing, factories were expanding, and millions of people were moving into urban areas. Workers finally began receiving limited leisure time. On weekends, they wanted entertainment, competition, and community. Football offered all three. The game spread quickly across England. It required very little equipment. A ball, an open space, and a few players were enough. Unlike sports that demanded expensive gear or exclusive memberships, football was accessible to almost everyone. Rich and poor could play the same game under the same rules. Soon, football clubs emerged in towns and cities across the country. Rivalries developed. Fans began gathering to support their local teams. Crowds grew larger every year. Newspapers reported match results. Players became local heroes. Football was no longer just a game. It was becoming part of everyday life. Then something remarkable happened. Britain's global influence helped carry football far beyond its shores. Sailors took football to distant ports. Merchants introduced it to trading partners. Railway workers, engineers, and businessmen brought the sport wherever they traveled. As the British Empire connected different regions of the world, football traveled along those same routes. In South America, the game found fertile ground. In Argentina, Uruguay, and Brazil, football captured imaginations almost immediately. Local communities embraced it, adapted it, and made it their own. The sport stopped being an English pastime and started becoming a global language. Across Europe, football clubs appeared in major cities. In Africa and Asia, the game spread through schools, ports, and local communities. Every country added its own style, culture, and passion, yet the basic rules remained the same. Whether played in London, Rio de Janeiro, Cairo, or Tokyo, people understood the game. What made football special was its simplicity. Anyone could understand the objective within minutes, score more goals than the other team. That simplicity created a unique power. People from different languages, cultures, religions, and backgrounds could all enjoy the same match without needing translation. As the sport expanded internationally, leaders realized that football needed a global governing body. In 1904, several European nations came together to create FIFA, the Fédération Internationale de Football Association. Their goal was ambitious: organize and grow football around the world. At first, FIFA faced challenges. International travel was slow and expensive. Communication between countries was limited. Organizing global competitions seemed almost impossible. Yet football's popularity kept rising. More nations joined, more clubs formed, more fans filled stadiums. Then came one of the most important moments in sports history. FIFA decided to create a tournament that would bring nations together to compete for a world championship. In 1930, the first FIFA World Cup took place in Uruguay. Only 13 teams participated. Compared to today's tournament, it seems small, but the impact was enormous. For the first time, countries from different continents competed for global football supremacy. Fans witnessed something they had never seen before: a true world championship. Uruguay won that first tournament, and football entered a new era. The World Cup proved that people everywhere shared a passion for the game. It demonstrated that football could unite nations through competition and celebration. No one knew it yet, but this was only the beginning. Over the coming decades, football would survive wars, cross oceans, inspire generations, and become the most watched and played sport on earth. As the world moved through the 20th century, football's popularity exploded in ways nobody could have imagined. The FIFA World Cup continued to grow, drawing more nations, larger crowds, and increasing global attention. What had started as a simple competition between 13 teams was transforming into the greatest sporting event on the planet. One reason for football's growth was technology. Radio broadcasts allowed fans to follow matches even when they were hundreds of miles away. Families gathered around radios to hear dramatic descriptions of goals and victories. Suddenly, football stories could travel faster than ever before. Then, television changed everything. For the first time, people could watch matches from other countries without leaving their homes. Fans witnessed incredible goals, unforgettable saves, and emotional celebrations. Legendary players became global celebrities. Children watched their heroes on screen and dreamed of becoming football stars themselves. The World Cup became a worldwide spectacle. Every 4 years, entire nations stopped to watch. Streets emptied during important matches. Schools adjusted schedules. Businesses paused operations. Football became more than entertainment. It became a shared global experience. The sport's greatest stars helped fuel this rise. Players like Pelé showed the world extraordinary skill and creativity. Later generations witnessed icons such as Diego Maradona, Zinedine Zidane, Lionel Messi, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Their achievements attracted millions of new fans and inspired young players across continents. But football's success was never just about superstars. The game belonged to ordinary people. In villages, cities, deserts, mountains, and crowded neighborhoods, children played football wherever they could find space. Some used professional balls. Others used homemade versions crafted from whatever materials were available. The passion remained the same. Football also benefited from something unique: unpredictability. Unlike many sports, a football match can change in a single moment. One goal can transform despair into celebration. An underdog can defeat a giant. A small nation can shock the world. This uncertainty keeps fans emotionally invested until the final whistle. As globalization increased, football became even more connected. International club competitions attracted worldwide audiences. Players moved between countries, bringing new styles and ideas. Fans followed teams from distant continents. Social media allowed supporters to celebrate victories and discuss matches instantly with people across the globe. Meanwhile, FIFA continued expanding the World Cup. More nations gained opportunities to qualify. Countries invested heavily in football development programs. National teams became symbols of pride and identity. For many fans, supporting their country in the World Cup became one of the most emotional experiences in sports. The tournament produced unforgettable moments, dramatic upsets, last-minute goals, penalty shootouts that left millions holding their breath, triumphs that united nations, heartbreaks remembered for generations. Each World Cup added new chapters to football's growing story. Today, football reaches nearly every corner of the planet. Billions of people watch major tournaments. Hundreds of millions actively play the game. Stadiums hold enormous crowds, while countless others watch from homes, restaurants, schools, and public squares. What makes this achievement so remarkable is how simple the game remains. The basic objective has never changed. 2 teams, 1 ball, 1 goal. Score more than your opponent. Despite advances in technology, billion-dollar industries, and global audiences, football's heart remains wonderfully uncomplicated. That simplicity allows football to cross barriers that often divide people. Language barriers disappear when a goal is scored. Cultural differences fade during moments of celebration. Fans who have never met can instantly understand each other's joy, excitement, and passion. The FIFA World Cup represents the ultimate expression of this connection. For a few weeks, every 4 years, billions of people focus on the same tournament. They share victories, defeats, surprises, and memories. Few events in human history unite so many people through a common experience. From ancient ball games to muddy English fields, from local clubs to global stadiums, from small crowds to billions of viewers, football's journey has been extraordinary. It became the world's biggest sport not because it was the richest, the oldest, or the most complicated. It became the world's biggest sport because it was simple enough for anyone to play, exciting enough for everyone to enjoy, and powerful enough to connect people across the entire world. And every time a child kicks a ball for the first time, that story continues.